And our garnish for our beautiful parfait are some lightly toasted nuts. We want to take them to a blonde color. And so we're going to use a dry pan, and you're going to get to practice your chef move. You know, the best way to practice this technique is with dried beans. Let's go ahead and take them out of the hot pan, chefs, because they will continue to cook and nuts can go over so quickly. Does anyone know what this is called? It's called mise en place. Everything in its place so that you're just simply reaching and assembling. Did you know chefs take the fewest steps in the kitchen possible? And that's how I want you to think, because you're joining the chef family. Hey, welcome food and fitness lovers. I'm Chef Tina Martini, but you might know me as the medicine chef. Well, today in the Ageless Kitchen, we're doing the #1 favorite out of my book, Delicious Medicine, The Healing Power of Food. Turn to page 24 and you can cook along with me. It's the Chia Oat Parfait. Look at all the great stuff in here. So go ahead and open to page 24 and let's put together our #1 recipe. All right, so steel cut oats. Everybody's familiar with these, and oats are kind of getting a bad rap on social media, and it's because of something called phytic acid. Phytic acid is naturally occurring, and it really is just an anti-nutrient that happens in many foods in nature. It may block a little bit of our mineral absorption, let's say about 25%, but do you know that there's research that shows that that actually prevents us from getting kidney stones? So nature has infinite wisdom. All we need to do is trust her. All right, so to eliminate or neutralize that phytic acid, or phytates as they're also known, I soaked it in fresh water overnight with just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You could use lemon or any kind of acid, and what that does again is neutralize the phytates. So we need to dump this water. You can see how starchy it is, and we don't want slimy oats, we want creamy oats. So come on over to the sink with me and let's rinse our oat, chefs. So let's just get rid of all that soaking water, and we'll rinse our bowl out and just get all of that starch and slime off of the oats before we cook them. And that's going to give you such a nice, creamy, rich product or end result. And that's really what we're looking for, is how can we get to the best end result in the quickest amount of time? And that's called thinking like a chef. The water's running clear now. And then we can just go ahead and put this in our heavy bottom saucepan. And these are our overnight soaked oats. Now what you're going to find, chefs, is that when you soak the oats, it actually cuts down your cook time by about 50%. And that's really good news, because a lot of people don't use steel cut oats because they take so much cooking time. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of our fresh water now. And I like my oats a little creamier, chefs. So I tend to add just a little extra water, but if you like your oats a little more dry and chewy, back the water down just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and hit it with some fire and give it a stir. We can put just a little pinch of salt in if we like, and of course that's going to lift the flavor even more. Don't be afraid of good quality salt, chefs. It's an important mineral in your diet. All right, so while those cook, we've got our fresh cranberries. And you'll see in your recipe that we are using the nice fresh cranberries, and we're going to let those pop as the oats cook and get creamy. Now, cranberries, super powerful medicine. Anything the color of blood purifies the blood, but there's also something here that keeps bacteria from adhering to mucal tissue. You know what else does the same thing for us? Blueberry and pomegranate. So just add some of the fresh in, let them cook and pop, and then we can put 1 or 2 on top just for a really tart surprise. Pucker up and give me a kiss. All right, let's go ahead and put some of our fresh cranberry in. And again, the anthocyanins are heart health. They help balance blood sugar, and they're good for our gut. So we've got lots of things here that are great for the gut. All right, let's save these and do something else in a little while with those. And let's look at the components of our parfait and how we get to put those together. So you'll see here that this is the finished oats. They've been soaked overnight. We've neutralized the phytic acid. We've rinsed them with fresh water and cooked them in fresh water with a little pinch of salt or not. Then we've added our fresh cranberries and a little bit of our low glycemic, high mineral coconut sugar. Our coconut sugar, very natural type of sugar. And the great news here is it retains its mineral compounds even after baking. Now, I know I say it all the time, but remember, chefs, every disease known to man can be traced back to a mineral deficiency. So this is a really great choice, and it's got kind of that brown sugary taste, which is perfect for our oats. We can add a little bit of fresh orange juice and a little bit of orange zest if we like to pick that orange flavor up and add a little more vitamin C and bioflavonoids. Bioflavonoids in citrus prevent breast cancer, actually all hormone-based cancer, and they really help with mending tissue that has been damaged, and they boost that immune system with all the power that we need to fight all the diseases. All right, so what I've done here is I've refrigerated it overnight, and what that does is make the starch in the oats come to what's called resistant starch. Now, resistant starch doesn't spike the blood sugar like regular starches do. So your rice, your potatoes, your oats, anything like that, you're gonna cook the day before, chill overnight. That's gonna stabilize that starch, make it a resistant starch that goes right into the intestines and goes to work building those new friendly colonies of wonderful disease-fighting bacteria. That's a lot going on for just a little bowl of oats. All right, so we've got this refrigerated. Our butyrate is built. Our microbiota will be so happy. Also, what we did the night before is a chia pudding. Have you made chia pudding before? There's so many wonderful recipes, but I think you'll really like this one because it's super creamy, and it's there on page 24 with your oats. So we're preparing and getting our mise en place together, everything in its place, and it's what every good chef does before anything else. All right, so I've bloomed in coconut milk. Remember, coconut milk someday will be the cure for Alzheimer's. We have actually seen the reversal of advanced Alzheimer cases with the application of coconut oil into the diet. Lauric acid is the magician there, and it cleans the proteins off of the brain stem. So we love the coconut, not only for its creaminess, but also for the things that it does for our health and especially our brain. All right, so I've got some vanilla in here. Vanilla, the research shows the cure for breast cancer is in there somewhere, and that is really recent research. So the orchid with the little vanilla pod, there is a component in there that seems to stop the replication of damaged hormone receptors. So really incredible stuff happening on the delicious medicine front. All right, let's go ahead now. We've got our oats over here boiling away, and we've got cranberries popping. What I've done is drain the mandarin oranges a little bit. I've left some of the juice on. Yes, these are canned, but they're organic, and they have no BPA. So really important if we're gonna do canned stuff to drain it thoroughly and to get the can without the BPA. All right, so here's all our components, and we can pop a little fresh cranberries on top. Are you ready to build? All right, so let's assemble. I'm gonna put a little bit of our oats. Now remember, chefs, you can warm this up again. We just wanna chill it overnight to build that fantastic, healthy butyrate for our gut health. So I'm just gonna put a few spoonfuls down, and then we can put a little bit of our crunchy almonds, and we'll put a little bit of our mandarin oranges. And you could even spread in a little bit of orange zest or pour in a little bit of fresh juice if you wanted. And then we'll add our coconut and almond vanilla chia pudding on top. So creamy and delicious. Your kids are gonna love this. And then we'll do a final layer with our oats. There we are. So again, you could do a nice warm cold dish where you get a bite of warmth and a bite of cold. If it's a summer day, just leave the whole thing chilled and take it with you hiking. This is a perfect, stable camping dish. Hiking with friends, this is a perfect to-go dish that's going to leave you feeling satisfied, give you all of the nutrients to get you through that challenge, and it looks beautiful. Everyone's going to love it and love you for bringing it. Let's go ahead and pop a little bit of our fresh cranberries up so everybody can see what they're eating, and then we'll finish it with all of our beautiful mandarin oranges. Well, that's it for today. Now you know the secret, the #1 recipe in delicious medicine, the healing power of food, cranberry orange oats with a vanilla chia parfait with our mandarin oranges, cranberries, and toasted almonds. Here's to your health.
The tartness.
It's like an explosion, a little burst of flavor.
I feel healthy.
And it's satisfying. And it's sweet, hard.